saying too much about the Illuminati with his whole Illuminati movement he was starting. So he was calling out everybody. He called out Biggie, he called Biggie the notorious P.I.G. Jay-Z was Gay-Z. He was getting at everybody. So they got him touched. They had Pac killed.
I told you you can't trust these niggas. Now Puffy done killed Tupac, man. I told you you can't trust these niggas. Now Puffy done killed Tupac, man.
Now continuing on, he says, whoever said illegal was the easy way out couldn't understand the mechanics and the workers of the underworld. Granted. Now, when you think of the underworld, what do you think of? I know in my mind, I instantly think of the devil or Hades. Before you try to go deep in this game, you better understand the mechanics and the workings of the underworld. Granted. What does he mean when he says granted? He says that because in order to be a part of the underworld and make millions and live a life as a superstar, you have to be granted that by the devil by selling your soul.
What's up right now? Hollywood used for spells, or Holly Tree used for spells. The sorcerers and witchcraft, people who did witchcraft, would take Hollywood specifically from the Holly Tree and use it to manifest or conjure spirits in order to aid them for things that they want in this world. Specifically, material gain was one of the things that were being ritual and manifested. So these entities, in return for helping these people, Masons, Illuminati, and all of these crazy ass white people who do the shit they do, these entities would bargain you. They would want to host you because they don't have a physical body. So, or like I broke down in one of my videos, when you sell your soul, selling your soul is two things: just going against your righteousness and doing something that you know is wrong. But for two, selling your soul is allowing a external entity to inhabit you while you are in your physical life, and basically you take a back seat while in your own body. Now, why is this important? Because this is what demons or negative entities bargain you for. This is the deal. This is where selling your soul comes in. So a lot of people in Hollywood had to do three things. If you're a female, you gotta basically get a train ran on you, and you gotta just get violated, straight like that. If you're a man, depending on the type of man, they're gonna come at you different. So like if you're a gangster rapper, you're somebody like Young Jeezy, they're not really gonna ask you nothing gay because they know you're not gonna do it. So they might tell you to sacrifice somebody you love. Or outside of that, if you're a man, they're either gonna tell you to have sex with a kid, sacrifice somebody you love, or do something homosexual, because they know that these three things are direct covenants of the universe. This is why the homosexual flag is the chakras upside down, because being a homosexual or committing acts that you don't know reverse your spiritual frequency and put you on a demonic plane. And when you do something that you know is wrong, it eats at you. And once you manifest that negative energy, now that entity can feed off that. Because like I broke down in my spirit diet video, certain entities feed off certain emotions, just like you eat certain foods for certain flavors. So if you're feeling sad and depressed and regretful, that's a flavor for a food of an entity that eats off that. Now, when we deal with why would you have to have sex with a child, or anal sex, or why would a man have to have anal sex with you, you have to understand the science behind that as well. It's not just to degrade you. There is something called vago-vasal that goes on. Vago, V-A-G-O, vasal, V-A-S-A-L. There's a process called vago-vasal when you have anal sex with a child. What this is the pain from the child basically at his anus, tailbone, shoots up. There's an electrical surge that shoots up the spine, and it explodes in the brain, and it actually causes the brain to split and give the child a separate personality. And this is why kids who get molested tend to always be zoned out or out of this world. Because the vago-vasal is basically the effect of getting anally raped, and the pain from that penetrating the anus shoots up the spine and explodes the brain and splits it in two paradigms. So now why is it important? Because the extra paradigm is what the entity uses to inhabit and to control you. And now you see motherfuckers like Nicki Minaj, she got about 4, 5, 8 paradigms. She's Martha, all Roman, all these different characters, because she's going through the vago-vaso process. She keeps splitting the paradigm of her mind so that entities can inhabit her. Now also, we have to understand that the anus is what? Direct entry to the bloodstream. This is why, I don't know if you never did it before, but a lot of people, I've seen the underworld, I know the crazy things people do. People who pop pills, put the pill right in the girl butt, because it gets them high immediately. Excuse my language, it is what it is. Why? Because it goes directly to the bloodstream. So if you was to sip a teaspoon of alcohol in your mouth, you will be alright, because it has to go down and get digested and broke it down and then distributed to the bloodstream. If I put a teaspoon of alcohol in your butt or liquor in your butt, you damn near gonna die, because it's too much going right to the bloodstream. So we understand that the anus is a direct entrance to the blood. Now why is this important? Because your semen rhymes with what? Demon. This is not by coincidence. Your semen carries an entity. But the Caucasian has perverted this. He has perverted our science of sperm to semen. The entity that's being channeled through whoever you are having sex with transfers to you. So if I'm somebody who just did an evil ass demonic Illuminati ritual, or I'm a shapeshifting reptilian myself and I butt rape you, then I just transfer my spirit into you. Let alone, it's an anal rape. So the vago-vaso process takes place. I split the paradigm, and now I can really latch onto your soul. So what we have to understand is Hollywood is the home of these motherfuckers who do shit like this. You have to understand, everybody that you see on TV, all of this shit, these motherfuckers is hybrids, clones, or shapeshifters. Fuck if you don't believe it or not. It is what it is. So we have to understand that Hollywood, once again, the Hollywood from a tree was used to cast spells. Media, television, all that shit is casting spells on your mind. And just to even get initiated or accepted into Hollywood, you have to go through one of the 3 rituals. There's not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And the reason that they kill celebrities is because when you accept their sector or their oath of silence, you give them permission to slay you for dishonoring your oath. It's just like in the streets. Nigga, we selling drugs, we hustling. You said you wasn't gonna snitch. You take the stand on us and snitch, we gon' murk you, nigga. Why? Because you accepted the code of the streets by doing something criminal. But an everyday citizen can call the police on you. You're not gonna go kill them for snitching because they're not from your hood. They have not accepted the hood nigga oath. Same thing with Hollywood. Once you accept that oath into Hollywood, they're coming. Once you get a bank account, see, bank accounts are tracked. They have a machine in Europe called the 666. They call it the Beast. This machine can literally track anybody on planet Earth that has a bank account or a social security card. Now why is it important? Because your bank account number is attached to your social security. So, for anybody who's a citizen. So, once you hit a certain motherfucking amount of money, that machine in Europe, because remember all this shit is owned by Europe, automatically alerts these motherfucking high-ranking secret society niggas that you have a whole lot of motherfucking money. So why is this important? Because now they come for you. Because when you got money, you got the power to change shit in their matrix, in their world. Even though we know money has no value, and I hope all black people wake up and we just turn our back on money, period. But until then, people are using money, so you gotta play the fucking game. So with that being said, if you, once they say, oh, this motherfucker reached 10 million, no, nigga, you about to get down with the program. Either you are going to continue to do certain things, or nigga, you getting shut the fuck out. You'll never be on TV again. This is why you got rappers like D-Block or the Locks, and they never left the streets. But we all can agree that them niggas is hotter than anybody that you listening to today. Why they never went platinum? Why they never got a record deal? Because they didn't want to get down with the get down. Now the point I'm trying to make is you have to understand that Hollywood is the home of spiritual and mental demonic dominion on the planet Earth. Switzerland, Russia, all of that shit is where they're in more colder areas are where they're stashing shit and doing shit with technology that they don't got no business doing, like the CERN machine and shit like that. Anywhere where it's cold, Alaska or Russia, where you just can't immediately go, that's where they stash shit and create shit. Cause they know niggas ain't about to be walking way to fuck up no 10,000 mile mountain, snow everywhere to be nosy. You're not gonna do that. And then they use Hollywood because that's the most negative frequency. So they bring the entities in through this frequency and they use you as a host.
9 to 5 is how you survive. This is what Jay-Z said.